Welcome back. Welcome back. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Welcome back. Today we are going to get into the YNW Melly update. Thank y'all again for stopping by, tuning in. We're going to talk about the things that are happening. Make sure y'all like the video. Like the video if you're in here. If you even stop by for a couple seconds, like the video, comment. Let me know how you feel about the update. What do you think is going to happen? Subscribe to the channel, guys. We're trying to get into the algorithm of everything that's happening on YouTube. We're trying to get on the feed. So make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment for me. Show me some love. Let's get into YNW Melly. I've been following the case. I've been saying I was going to do content on it, but I dropped the ball. Life be lifing. But we can jump right on in where we fit in. So y'all know the trial ended in a mistrial, which means the jurors couldn't come up with a guilty or not guilty verdict. It was rumors out saying that the jurors, the votes were 6-6. I heard his mom said the jurors' vote was 9-3, saying 9 people voted not guilty, 3 people voted guilty. That turned out to be a lie. His brother said it was 10-2. So I'm not sure how they both got it, confused. If y'all live together, that's your son. Y'all was there at the trial. Why are y'all both saying two separate things? Anyway, but he did say it was 10-2. And then we had a juror step out and go public and announce her part because she was part of the team. So who are we going to believe? Like, we just gotta step aside. We on the outside looking in. So at the end of the day, we do have to take heed to the juror who was actually there telling her part now, because she said at the end of the day she didn't want anybody changing up her vote because she said what she said. Whatever it was, she was not happy with the rumors, and she went out public and said, all of those verdicts out there saying it was 9-3, this, that, and the third, that is not true. She actually said it was 11-1 the first round. And then the one person who she said was acting so strange, she was manipulative, she was all these other things, just calling her all these names, saying she was the only one that said not guilty. And then after a while, it looks like she brought 2 other people over to the not guilty verdict. So at the end, it was 9-3. um, and it's a lot of backlash on that. They were trying to see, like, why was this lady acting the way she was it paid, was it set up? Nobody knows. But it did end in a mistrial, and those jurors are going to have to live with that forever. She said at the end they were shaking. There was a lot of shaking going on. I don't know if people were just like so nervous. And that is it was a big deal for them. They had to decide if they were going to convict this guy, Melly, of the death penalty. That means, they are a part of this man's life. If it's over, they, voted for the death penalty and he was not guilty all along, hypothetically, then they will have to live with that for the rest of their lives. So, it was a lot that was a responsibility for them, but they got through it. It was a mistrial. Rumors are saying this could be good, this could be bad, but we're going to see what actually happened at the status hearing. They're trying to see if he could get bombed. They're trying to see, like, when is the next court date going to be. Y'all know the co-defendant Bortland, his court date, well, his trial was supposed to start, is going to start October 2nd, is scheduled. But if Melly case got pushed back, they're saying that Bortland case is going to get pushed back. So the prosecutor, I believe, here is talking about, we're waiting on a decision from the judge because she did file for them to be tried together. Let's just get into the video, then I'll just go ahead and speak my piece at the end. So this was just Friday that just passed. He's about to enter the courtroom. He don't have no suit on. During the trial, he had on his suit. Um, the juror's not here, so it's not like you have to be presentable. I guess this is standard procedures, him being back in that orange jumpsuit, handcuffed, and this is the reality of it, guys. This is the reality of it. It's really sad. It really is.
Good morning. This is on State of Florida versus Jamel Demmons. President is Mr. Demmons. Mr. Demmons, can you hear us? Counsel, you want to state your appearance? And I see Miss Liberty, you're on Zoom.
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. We expecting anybody else?
Jamie Benjamin is on, and so is Danielle Erickson, who will be joining our team.
Counsel, you want to state your appearances? Can you hear me?
Good,
So it looks
good
like
morning,
they
Your Honor.
got
Daniel
some
Erickson. We have not filed our notice of appearance, but we're
some new
anticipating
lawyers
we
for
will be doing
Melly.
it very shortly.
Looks like those two up there are the two new lawyers.
Jamie is still on mute.
The
I'll
black
represent the
guy
same
is
for
no
Mr.
longer
Benjamin.
there.
All right. And when would you anticipate if you're going to file an appearance filing with us?
Oh, sometime early next week.
Now I heard those two new lawyers, they are pretty good. They are high ranking. If you do your research on them, you will see that they beat a death penalty. I think they won death penalties, I think 10 or 13. I'm not sure the number, but they're high numbers of beating the death penalty for inmates. So he got some good people on his chain. But I wonder what happened to I don't know his name, but the black lawyer. It looks like he's not going to be going into the trial the second time. But
All right. So, Counsel, you stated your appearance, correct?
I did.
All right. So let's get talk about what's going on. I know there was a motion. Miss Liberty, you filed a motion.
Yes, Judge, which I know you reviewed. So I didn't receive an objection from the state, and that's what we had reset for, to give her time to review it.
Understood. So there's nothing you want to add to your motion, correct?
Well, if the state wants to argue, I did have a chance, because this was not put into order. I did provide Mr. Adelstein with an email between the state attorney and all of us stating that she was not going to put Detective Moretti on.
so what the defense team is arguing is they're saying that they didn't want the lead detective Moretti, the one who they said messed the whole investigation up. They don't want him to be a part of this trial. They're saying that the state initially said that he wasn't going to be a part of it, but it turned out clearly that he did have a testimony at the first trial. So they're trying to just fight against him even being part of the second one because he had some say so on the cell phone information, and clearly he's not an expert for the cell phone information, so he could not testify to that, but he did give his 2 cents on it. So that should have been excluded because he's not an expert in that field. And initially the state said that they wasn't even going to have him speak on those things, but he did touch bases on those during his testimony. So she's just trying to say, going forward, just get him off of the we don't need his testimony. Like, we don't need his testimony. Anybody can, I guess, use his investigation and go over it. We don't need him. So that's what she's basically trying to say.
To testify to the map, which is exactly what happened in the trial. So I would just like the chance to redepose him on that subject.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Chair, at this time, defense has not shown good cause for a second deposition. The motion may there are 4 areas detective trying to testify. Cell towers, the distance of cell tower sector bands, cell phone data records interpretation, and data that is generated from the health application. As to the cell towers, there is no testimony from detective Moretti on the issue.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that.
As to the distance of the cell tower bands, again, no testimony from detective Moretti on the issue. That will be covered by Brendan. There was no interpretation of the cell phone data records done by Detective Moretti. It was just a simple plotting of the points that were in the mobile records, which were already in evidence. And in terms of the health data, that was known to defense counsel since at least February of 2022, that would be relied upon. In addition, Your Honor, I would indicate that if you review the court file will show that on August 8th of 2019, the state filed a cell phone mapping of the records, that's supplemental discovery. They were well on notice of that prior to the 2021 deposition of Detective Moretti. In addition, during the 2021 deposition of Detective Moretti, starting on page 43 through 45, there was questions asked of Detective Moretti about the cell phone analysis. I have that excerpt for Your Honor to review if need be. With regards to any additional deposition, again, they have to show good cause, and this was a demand for speedy trial. We're still traveling under that. So at this point, the state would say that it would be inappropriate to grant a second deposition.
Judge, may I respond?
Sure.
As far as the steps came that came from the Apple Health data, she didn't, the state attorney themselves didn't bring it to our attention until well after, almost a year after we proposed Detective Moretti. If Mr. Adelstein would show you the email that she sent stating that Moretti was not going to be testifying to these things. And thirdly, my motion, I had actually went to the transcripts of the trial testimony of Detective Moretti writing that motion. So in fact, he did testify. She goes specifically to the distance. It was on the cross-examination. Mr. Adelstein asked him about the distance. He responded totally different than what the FBI had responded. So I believe we have shown good cause. And we would like to redepose Detective Moretti specifically on those items set forth in the motion and what he had testified to at the trial.
Thank you. Anything else to discuss?
As far as that motion,
Yes.
no, I think, Ms. Liberty.
All right, Alderman Rowling, you want me to see your transcript? I'll take a look at your transcript. You said you were going to provide me something in email. I haven't
So
seen
your
it.
email has not, I could show you have it. No, here it is.
Stuart, if you could just show the judge the email, it would be the last paragraph of the email, Judge.
She just emailed.
Just emails.
So it look like they just going back and forth over an email that was sent to the state, letting them know that Detective Moretti was not going to testify about the cell phone record.
Hold on, I didn't come off
But
of
he
it.
did. So there's proof there that they spoke.
It would have been almost a year ago because it would have been close to when we were
Excuse me.
doing the Dahlberg. So
Thank you.
I would have to actually go. I just took a screenshot, Judge, this morning to give it to Mr. Adelstein.
It didn't all come out. What we'll do is,
Just
I'll
talk
sit
about
with-
it and give me a copy.
Fair
All
enough.
right.
Fair enough.
All right, so anything else on this case?
There's one other issue. I would ask the court to consider setting the trial from October 2nd to the following October 9th. Date. As I indicated, I unbeknownst to my wife, I planned a trip. During the week of canceled, the court would not roll it over. But I would ask the court to consider setting the trial.
What's at stake?
There's no problem with the audio and camera. Those are the two lawyers on the case. The one on the screen, they're on the case for the second trial.
Tell me you think that this is okay for speaking? Is that what you're saying?
They were asking for a time outside of the 90 days. That would be a delay for the defense. Right.
But
It's not outside of the 90 days.
what we agreed within the 90 days. No way.
I thought I heard a waiver, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
I think we're on the same page. It's not a waiver, it's a trial. 90-day period of time.
So, October 9th is a Monday. And when is your trip?
It starts September.
Now he got a trip planned, the defense. He don't know when his trip is. He looking. Maybe he forgot.
This is how
Maybe he forgot, though. I would think that you would know when you have a trip coming up in September. I think, we already know the date at least, but
26 and 27.
September 26th to October 4th, it looks like he's going to be on vacation.
So, we're all good. So there's no objection to that. That's requested. Just reset for trial for October. Sorry. It is short, just so everybody knows about set for October. Okay, anything else to discuss?
And here's a copy of
Is there anything else to discuss?
no, sir.
Thank you all.
I finally was able to get rid of the mute. I just wanted to say hello this morning. Jamie Benjamin, waiting to come in as attorney of record on the case, but we haven't been able to do that yet.
Understood. That's what your colleague had indicated, that hopefully next week you'll make some determination on your interim. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Judge, would you want me to send you the excerpts from Detective Moretti's testimony regarding
I
my
don't know what
motion?
Melly is saying, but he clearly had something to say.
Pardon me?
The officer kept, told him to move his seat.
I try to
He went
read
out and
everything you
moved
tell
him
me.
back to the
Just
edge. I
wanted
don't
to
know
look
what that
at
was
it,
about.
and if you haven't brought it up yet, you need to send it to the state. I don't know if she's gonna want to rebut something that was in there by another people. If you want to send something, you let the state know, and send.
He's been in there for 5 years, and then they're just now starting
Okay,
the trial.
thank
That's kind of hard to deal with. These guys are strong.
Morning. COVID.
But he's doing, what he needs to do. They're talking about, I guess, letting him understand what's actually happening here. I just wanted y'all to see when he was walking out, he had mouth that he's getting out. So he's confident that whatever plan that they have, that he's getting out. And he's remaining his innocence at the end of the day. And, the state has to prove their case. And that is just how things are. That's just how things go. Yeah, he must be talking to someone in the crowd. I'm sure his mother and his brother, and I don't know who else is there. They didn't really show, but this is the final moment. He's in good spirits. You seen that? He said, "I'm coming home." Let me go back so y'all can see that. Oh, there it goes. Look. See, so he's saying that he's coming home. All we can do is pray for him and, hope everything works out in his best interest. At the end of the day, everybody has to, get justice for their loved ones as well in this situation. It's like no good win out of this, even if he is found not guilty. You know what I mean? He still lost his friends. 2 people still were, gone during this situation. So that is something that these 2 individuals deserve, is justice. And it looks like the second trial is actually going to be on October the 9th. It was scheduled for October 2nd. We do not know if the judge is going to grant the 2 of them being charged together, Melly and Bortland. I do know that the state filed a motion for that to happen, but the judge haven't made a ruling on it. I don't know if they do get tried together. They can't do the blame game, because we all know during Melly trial, his lawyers was saying, well, Borland is the one that lied. Borland is the one that gave you this story. Borland is the one that had gun residue on him. Borland is, Borland that. So that is not going to be okay to do if they tried them together. These people are sitting on this stand together, and you cannot say, well, he did it, he did it, he did it. It's like, no, that is not going to work at this point in time. So I think that's what the state is trying to do. But because they filed the death penalty on Melly and did not file the death penalty on Portland, I don't think that's going to happen. That doesn't usually happen. They said if a person is tried for the death penalty and the other person isn't, they have to be tried separate because things are just handled way differently in a death penalty case. So I don't know how it's going to go now that his is starting in October the 9th. Then I would think Portland trial is going to be pushed back now. So we will just have to see how everything unfolds. Again, at the end of the clip, he said, I'm coming home. So he is in high spirits. He knows, you know, what's happening with his team. And, they just got to do what they need to do for that young man, for Melly to get out. Um, so, yeah, that is the update with Melly. Let me know what y'all think is going to happen in the comments. Do y'all think he's going to be found guilty, not guilty, another mistrial? Because it can be another mistrial. I think the most mistrials that have ever happened, I think I read 6. So it can be another mistrial, then another mistrial. Who knows how long this is going to go on? But what do you guys think based off everything? If you guys was following the case, do y'all think they're going to find him guilty this go around? Do you think they're going to find him not guilty this go around? Or do you think it's going to end up in a mistrial again? Um, I got mixed emotions. I'm 50-50 on everything right now because we do not know how this new defense team is going to handle things. The first go round, they basically just had one witness for the defense, which was one of the guys who was there, and they put Melly, in the car with them and not in the other car where the shooting happened. So, that was everything they thought they needed to prove that this man was not guilty, but that didn't happen. It boiled down in a mistrial. So it looks like they need a little bit more than just that guy's testimony, if you ask me. But we will see how they handle it. We got a couple months to, wait on it, but I know things will be updated as we go. We'll stay tuned. We'll keep making content on this, and I am definitely going to make content on the second trial because I missed the opportunity on the first one, and I had a lot to say. But I wasn't too far from other, bloggers and their opinions. I think we all sort of kind of have the same common sense in situations. So, but for the second trial, we definitely going to talk about it, guys. We definitely going to be in tune. We're definitely going to, speak our piece and what we feel. This is an open door comment zone. You can say what you feel. I want to read them. I will even comment back. Show me some love in the comments. Like this video. Share this video. And if y'all don't do nothing else before leaving this video, subscribe to the channel. Just press the button and subscribe to the channel. But thank you again for rocking with me. I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.